Hello and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about hunters, and specifically it's going to be some alpha feedback about the Beast Mastery Hunter. And yeah, just my overall thoughts and impressions, bearing in mind that I've only played to level 92, I've only got, of course, 2 of the Draenor perks, and I've only done Bloodmaw Slag Mines. And yeah, so let's first of all get into some of the major changes that you actually notice while playing, because look, there's lots of little changes and things removed and stuff on the side, but the only major thing that affects your play is Serpent Sting's gone, and that affects you once, because you know, Serpent Sting, you apply it once, you refresh it with Cobra Sting, or Cobra Shot even, and you know, that just means that it's a little bit easier on the opener. For Beast Mastery, but that is it, actually. Really, you just get into your normal rotation. You regen mana with Cobra Shot, you spend it with Arcane, Glaive Toss, and Kill Strike, and then of course just your main cooldown is going to be Bestial Wrath, because of course Rapid Fire is now something that is only for marksmanship hunters. Serpent Sting's actually been shifted over to, I think, survival only. So because of this, it means that it's actually an extremely simple spec to play, but it always was a simple enough spec to play. I never found it to be too challenging, and I was usually happy with that because it meant that I could pay attention to the actual fight's mechanics and use the fact that being a hunter I was extremely mobile and, you know, still able to run about the place and do all those cool things. Now, in terms of my ability to still be awesome, well, I think it's still there, and by ability to be awesome, I really just mean the cool little utility spells which let a really good player distinguish themselves by, you know, performing some badass maneuver that helps out the raid. So really all the old favourites are still there. We've got Counter Shot, we've got Intimidation, which is not, well, of course those talents are still there. Deterrence is there, obviously, Feign Death is there, and also Disengage is there. I'm really happy that they all made the cut, because I feel that they are extremely core to playing a hunter. Sure, our main, like, I don't want to say rotation because it's a priority-based system in World of Warcraft, but our main abilities and stuff are easy enough to do. You know, we just do our main things, you know, we do Focus Fire whenever we can, we send off our, what would you call that thing? Our Dire Beast, you know, we do Bestial Wrath, that's all fine, but what can be really fun about a hunter is, you know, concussive shotting something, then disengaging away from it, feigning death, using your camouflage, all those cool little things, and they're all there. And Deterrence is also just using the current 2-charge system, which is great to see, actually. And really, with hunters on the whole, I haven't played the other hunter specs much, but we aren't changed too badly. Like, okay, all the different specs definitely feel different now, in that a few key abilities have been removed, some things have been changed up, and I think that's definitely a good thing. I don't feel like much depth has been lost from my hunter, though, because I'm not missing anything. Okay, Serpent Sting's gone, but guess what? That refreshed itself anyway. Kill Shot's gone, or not Kill Shot, Hunter's Mark even. Hunter's Mark's gone, but guess what? That was something that was applied anyway. Aspect of the Iron Hawk, that's gone, but no one gave a crap because you were always in it. You know, all these various things just don't matter. And then on the pet front, many hunter pets have been disarmed in terms of their crowd controls. I'm completely fine with that. And then as a hunter myself, I've also been disarmed. I don't have Scatter Shot or things like that. I think Scare Beast is removed. And sure, those things are gone, that's maybe a little bit of functionality, but it's stuff that I basically never used, so I don't care. All these changes basically just mean that my BM Hunter plays like a BM Hunter, it still feels like a BM Hunter, and I'm able to do everything that I was previously able to do. So, from a gameplay perspective, it's essentially all the same, and it feels good. That's basically all there is to it. In terms of just other things, you know, with pets, they haven't really improved any of the pet controls. Sometimes I think it would be nice if pets pathing and things like that were better. Actually, no, I lie. They did improve one pet control, sort of. Dismiss Pet actually no longer requires line of sight. I think you just need to be within 30 yards of your pet. I think that's lovely because it can be extremely annoying. As always, though, things like pet pathing always need to be worked on and made better. And really, yeah, that's about it for my BM Hunter feedback. All I can say is, they didn't break the class, it plays largely the same, and because of that, I still enjoy it. So, hey, if you're BM Hunter, then you should probably be happy. Now, looking at one or two of the other specs, I have not played MM in literally a year and a half or 2 years, so I don't know. You know, I haven't tried it in the alpha. And as for survival, I haven't played it much. I know that Laws from Fat Boss right now thinks that it just is maybe missing 1 or 2 buttons. So that's a bit of a pity. I'll test that after this video, and I'll probably bring you my thoughts soon enough. Actually, it just crossed my mind that I forgot to talk about level 100 talents. So they are currently not available in the alpha. They were at one point, but then Blizzard like increased the caps, so I'm not too sure what's going on there. I think they're releasing a PvP server, which will have level 100 characters for testing. But what I can say from the times that I used their, you know, these level 100 talents, the one that I mainly used was exotic munitions. Now what this does is it gives you 3 different kinds of ammo. Incendiary, poisoned, and frozen. Incendiary would make it so that each auto shot would deal 20% additional weapon damage as fired to all enemies within 8 yards of the initial target. Then poisoned arrow meant that your auto shots would deal additional nature damage over 16 seconds, and then whenever that effect was refreshed, the remaining damage would be added to the new effect. So basically, it was just like a big serpent sting. That was whatever. I don't care. Then there's also frozen ammo. This gives you ammo which means that each auto shot deals 40% additional weapon damage as frost and reduces the target's movement speed by 50% for 8 seconds. You could have one of those active at any time, and honestly, they were absolute pants. They did not affect my gameplay whatsoever. They were just boring as hell. So exotic munitions is a terrible level 100 talent. It just doesn't feel fun. Maybe they could improve it with better spell effects or something, but I did not enjoy it one bit. Now, Focusing Shot is something that I didn't really get time to try out, but what it does is, well, it's a 2.74 second cast that will give you 100% weapon damage on the target, but it will generate 50 focus, and you can't cast it while you're moving. It also replaces your Steady Shot and Cobra Shot. Now, that's really big, actually. You'll get, with this talent, you'll get a lot more focus back from, you know, just from fighting things, but, of course, you can't move. Now, that's a really just big change for a hunter, and I think that could be a very interesting talent, so I'll be sure to check that out as soon as I can. Then finally, there's one called Versatility, which increases your pet's combat experience to 70% increased damage, and then it also gives it a whole bunch of additional abilities and things. Look, I tried that out, but like, right, I had a better pet, but I didn't feel different. I wasn't, you know, using any different buttons or things like that, so I was a little bit disappointed with that. Overall, it seems like Focusing Shot is one of the only interesting talents that's here, because the other two are passives that are just boring. So that's the situation there. Anyway, look, the core of the BM Hunter feels good. I'm sure they have many iterations left in these level 100 talents. And, you know, once we actually get access to level 100 talents on every class, I'll be sure to bring you content on that. It's just a matter of whenever the hell they open up this server. Anyway, that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned to the channel for all the latest Warlords of Draenor stuff, and I will see you next time.